What's the most overlooked symptom of narcissism? The one you never think of. When you think about narcissism, I'm going to be telling you all about it in this video, so you don't want to miss it. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am a lawyer. I'm a narcissist negotiation expert. And on my channel and in these videos, I teach you how to shift the dynamic. I've helped millions of people go from lives of drama, trauma, and chaos to step into lives of freedom, possibility, and purpose. And I want to help you do the same thing. So make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Okay, so listen, I have helped so many people either through this channel or in their negotiations directly. And one of the things that I've noticed, I mean, people focus on the big things, narcissists can be super awful. I mean, I've had to deal with them myself. You want to know why I'm on this mission, why I'm on this personal crusade to make sure that, we can shift the whole world here and make sure that we feel empowered finally. It's because I've had to deal with these toxic people, okay? I've heard that it's 16% of the population, and each one of those people goes around narcissistically abusing just 5 people in their lifetimes. That ends up being 3.4 billion people. It's all of us, right? So, and the reason is they feel empty inside and all those sorts of things, right? And so yeah, they've got all kinds of really, really frustratingly awful habits. But the one thing that people don't necessarily think of a lot of times is that they are really horrible listeners. And that's the one red flag that a lot of people don't necessarily see or think about. I go back to think about a business partner that my husband had at one point. It was a law partner that my husband had at one point who was a flaming narcissist, ended up divorced from a very lovely woman. Oh my gosh, such a really, really great person. And you'd be in the middle of a conversation with him. And even if he asked you a question directly, he just decided, that there was somebody else in the room who he'd rather talk to, or something else that took his attention away, or he just decided he was wanted to look at his phone instead. He would just you're halfway through your conversation or halfway mid-sentence, he would just start looking at his phone. He'd be walking away. He didn't even have the politeness, the manners, whatever you want to say, to let you finish your sentence. It would just be gone. And that's exactly the kind of thing that they do. So, I mean, it's extremely difficult to deal with them, obviously, in a marriage or a business situation or as a colleague, as a boss. But that is a symptom of narcissism that can often be overlooked, because it is very subtle a lot of times, but it is something that is certainly a symptom of narcissism. I'm not saying that everybody who's a non-listener is a narcissist, but it can be a symptom of narcissism. And certainly when you are negotiating with them, it can certainly be a problem. And so obviously they have a lot of strange habits. You can definitely check out my video on 5 things that narcissists enjoy that normal people don't. And that is definitely a very interesting video. Definitely check that out. I mean, they are very strange. They are very strange. And if you agree with me, put "they're very strange" in the comments, below. It's just, sometimes it's very hard to understand these people, but it is what it is. But, a lot of times they do a lot more talking about themselves, especially, than they do listening. So whether it's that they're doing more talking than listening, or that they're just walking away mid-sentence, they do tend to be not very good listeners, or they tend to be very dismissive. And maybe even it's like that they've met you like 5 times and you're like, yeah, I've met you before, and they don't even remember that they've met you before. That's also kind of a giveaway sometimes. Or that you go to say something to them, and after you said something to them, another giveaway might be every time you say something, they're kind of contradicting everything that you say. They might say, yeah, but, or well, but not really, or, they're always kind of negating what you're saying or taking away what you're saying. They're not really agreeing with you. They're constantly dismissing everything that you have to say. That's another sort of giveaway that maybe you're dealing with, somebody who wants to hear what you have to say, somebody who's open to what you have to say. They're constantly brushing aside your ideas. That may also be kind of a sign. And they're all within this person who's not listening, who's not open, doesn't want to hear what you have to say. It's the same sort of symptom. And even kind of their tone can kind of give it away. Like, yeah, whatever you have to say, I guess. You can sort of listen to their tone as to how they're taking what it is that you have to say. It could be sort of a brush off. And if somebody is listening to what you have to say, or if they think what you have to say means something, you can get that sense of whether or not you feel important to a person by how they're treating you. And how do you feel when you come away from being around that person? How do you feel when you have been in their space? And, I always say that that's a huge red flag. This is something that I say all the time, especially having dealt with narcissists in my own life. Defend your light with your life. You are a vibrating being of energy. We are vibrating beings of energy. We just are. You want to make sure you are defending your light with your life. It is so, so, so important. So what is that most overlooked symptom of narcissism? It is whether or not they're listening to you. And it shows up in many different ways. So if you are dealing with a narcissist in any way, shape, or form, make sure that you protect yourself. Make sure that you are doing what you need to do to create some boundaries, and start thinking about how you're going to exit that relationship if you can. If you need help with that, you can start with my Crush My Negotiation Prep Worksheet, which you can get at winmynegotiation.com. You can join my free private Facebook group, and I will make sure to drop links to all of that stuff below. And make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell. I would love to keep you in our community. We are here for you. We are here to support you. Remember that today is a great day to start negotiating your best life, and I will definitely see you in the next video.